Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we can't remember very well. Push pause, watch the movie while eating 2 pizzas, 2 salads. Thank you, patrons. Come back for a second half of the show, talk again about the same movie from a more educated standpoint. What did we get right and wrong? How does it hold up in this day and age? Does Molly hate us now? My name is Dan.
This is Molly.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie this very special episode.
What is special about it?
Well, it's Hanksgiving, Dan, as we all
Nice.
know.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Hanksgiving.
The time of year in which we give thanks for tanks.
Thanks. That's right. As is tradition, we watch a Thomas Hanks?
I don't know.
Thomas Hanksman movie.
I think as far as SAG is concerned, he's Tom Hanks.
A Tom Hanks movie. And
Ooh, are we watching Big?
we are watching Turner and Hooch.
Hold on, real quick.
No way.
Real quick.
No, I know we watched
Okay.
Big. Okay.
Just checking.
I was having some fun.
I never know.
Okay. No, it's really fair.
She's having a laugh.
A goof.
Yeah.
Really? We picked Turner and Hooch?
Yeah, I'm shocked. But that's
Wow.
what we did.
Yeah, dog.
Listeners,
Literally.
a little peek behind our curtain. We establish our movie list a year out, and I am frequently surprised by what we've chosen.
Yep. This is a movie with Tom Hanks, and he's a cop in San Francisco.
Sure. I
I'm
like
betting.
that.
And he's a grump, and he gets a dog that's a real mess.
Ooh, is he too old for this?
No, this is a
Okay.
young Hanks.
Oh, okay.
I think he's too cool
Is it this
for
vibe?
dog.
Oh, he's too
He's
cool.
too cool, and maybe they ruined the dates. His is like funny Tom Hanks who's like talks fast.
Right.
Oh.
Like a Splash era Tom
Yeah,
Hanks.
Splash, a big,
Yeah.
that era.
Where he's like flustered a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he's got to am I the only one who's seen this? I feel like I'm talking like I
feel
am.
like
I've never
Hooch,
seen
all
it.
I can picture is Beethoven.
No.
Are they the same type
No.
of dog?
No, but
Okay.
they're a similar vibe of dog, where they're like
Okay.
kind of husky and drool.
Slobbery?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, drop.
It's not like a classic police dog look.
No.
It's not like a predatory shepherd or a Doberman or something.
Hooch is a street dog, if I remember.
Oh,
right.
is this just his pet, or is it actually
Is it one of those things where like the dog is somehow associated with a criminal enterprise and he has to protect the dog or something?
It might be. Do we want to jump into Union Strong segment?
Oh, real quick. I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie, or I saw part of it when it was on TV when I was a child.
Yeah. There's also a TV series now.
What?
Didn't they reboot this somehow?
Oh yeah.
Man, now?
Recently.
Huh. Oh.
Anyway, no one to know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we put
Yes.
60 seconds on the clock
We should
and have
absolutely
Beth
do that.
pre-call?
Oh,
Wait, do you think you
I've
saw
never
it?
seen this.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Tag team back again.
Okay, great.
Nice.
I feel like I haven't seen many of the most recent movies that we
Well, you were the one who helped us choose these a year
Yes,
ago.
I was the one that
so
helped us
You
choose.
could have chimed in and be like, this should be more about me and my experience.
Well, this is one that I feel like I've seen the poster for,
Nice.
so I've
That's all
got
you
something
need.
to
Yeah.
go off
Yeah.
of.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Sure.
Go.
We open on a dog.
Ooh, yeah, the dog is homeless, down on its luck. I don't know.
It's like trying to find food from a garbage can.
yeah, and a cat like jumps on the lid
Yeah.
and goes. "Meow."
Yeah. And it, for some reason, the dog runs through a crime scene.
Oh yeah.
And it witnesses a crime.
Yeah, and its little dog prints are in the blood, so CSI like tracks down this dog
Yeah.
who was a witness to the crime.
30 seconds.
But they don't have federal protection. They just have Turner, who is not the Hooch. Turner is the person who is. I feel like I'm like doing a report in middle school. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, he's a detective, but also has to protect this dog because of the case for
Ooh,
some
and there's a
reason.
love
10 seconds.
interest. And
There's a waitress?
No, there's a love interest.
Oh.
Oh, but she's a waitress, sure.
Okay.
And in the end, he keeps the dog, or the dog hires
Yeah.
him to work.
They
at his
fall in
agency.
love.
Time. Tom Hanks and the dog?
Yeah, like
Nice.
like a, as a human
one
and
does.
dog,
Yeah.
that kind of like familial
A bond.
bond. They bond.
A bond between man and pet.
Yeah.
That was great. 100% Utah. Of course.
We assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, though, you are right that the dog witnessed a crime. Like,
What?
Tom Hanks doesn't want this dog.
I know that,
He is
yeah.
forced to foster this dog or keep the dog temporarily for police reasons.
Ooh, is he up for promotion? And this is gonna is that what his initial goal is?
Ooh, Dan's bet. The person whose dog it is under police protection until they can testify against some crimer. And for whatever reason, they need to keep the dog with a cop because the dog is somehow leverage that the crimers could use or something.
Oh, that could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounds
Yeah.
reasonable.
Like the crimers could be like, get their dog so
Like
they
maybe
won't
they tried
talk.
to dog nap it early
Yeah.
on.
Is this before or after McGruff take a bite out of crime?
Oh.
Great question. I have
I
no
feel
idea.
like McGruff must have preceded this, right? I feel like it's so old.
My guess is McGruff.
How old is
predates
McGruff?
Hooch.
I mean, early 80s, 70s?
That early? I mean,
don't
definitely
know.
McGruff was present when I was a youth
Me
in
too.
the 80s.
Which
Okay.
makes sense because we're almost the exact same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we'll say 80s Gruff.
80s,
80s
gruff.
gruff. So when do we think this movie came out then?
I think this is also 80s Hooch.
For sure.
So this is like Splash, post-Splash, or it's got to be post-Splash, right?
Oh.
I think it is.
I'm going to say post-Splash, too.
Yeah,
When
because
did
I
Splash
think,
come out?
I don't know.
you don't remember? Was it 83?
I'm going to say 86.
For this
For
movie.
this
For this movie,
Yes.
Turner and Hooch, which we have and will discuss the entire time.
85.
Okay. Oh, I was going to say 85.
So say
I'll take
85.
the 80s.
No.
She said 85. Just write down 85.
I'll say 87.
Nice.
Ooh, spicy.
Bold.
But yeah, because I do remember, I don't remember much about this movie, but I do remember it was a unexpected flop because Tom Hanks did so well in Splash. That is my memory.
Oh,
Could be
wow.
wrong.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh.
That Splash came first and then Turner and Hooch came second.
Oh,
That's
people
what
were
I
like
think.
mad that it wasn't as good as Splash?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, I thought this was not that I was paying attention to box office numbers at the time, but this lives in my mind as like, oh, this is a classic 80s early Hank movie.
I mean, maybe it became one of those movies that's just like on TV a bunch. So people
Yeah.
are like, oh yeah, we'll sit down and watch Turner and Hooch.
I probably watched it on TV a bunch.
Same.
on
Oh,
cable.
yeah. I think it was on TNT for a long time.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Turner.
Yep.
This is one of those
Network.
classic movies with Turner in it.
Yeah. Did Ted Turner buy all the Turner? Like any movie that has Turner in the name?
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably because I'm aggressively trying to stop caring about Ted Turner. So I didn't even make that connection. Dan's bet, they go through a car wash because Tom Hanks is like, you're a disgusting animal, and we're going through a car wash.
Maybe. I mean, he's a gross,
He brings
drooly dog.
The dog through the car wash?
I think so, for LOLs.
Okay.
Maybe. There's definitely iconic scene where he tries to wash the dog with a hose, and the dog loves getting sprayed with the hose.
Yeah.
And then the dog shakes off in slow-mo, and it's
Yeah.
fun and gets Tom Hanks all wet.
Yeah.
But then later in the movie, Tom Hanks likes the dog and also shakes to get water off, like he is a dog.
Okay.
He comes around to the dog.
Oh, was it like during a montage?
Maybe.
It feels montage like.
It feels montagey for sure. Yeah, I think this dog drools all over his car.
I think it drools all over everything in his life.
Yeah. God, dog drool's gross.
Do you think at some point, like, he can't find his keys or something, and then he's like, where are they? And then he finds the thing, and it's just covered in drool.
Yep.
He definitely finds something covered in drool.
Okay,
that
that's
should not
there's
be
a
covered
moment,
in drool.
right?
I feel like that has to happen.
I'm going to bet on a shoe gets chewed up.
Nice.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good.
And then at the later montage, there's going to be an early montage of things going wrong and a later montage of best buds.
Nice.
And in a later montage, he brings him his slippers.
Oh.
Okay, Beth's bet. At one point, there's like a montage where they're going for a walk, and they walk by like a pretty lady walking her dog. And so like Tom Hanks kind of turns to look around at the lady, and then the dog looks around to look at the pretty dog.
Yes.
We're saying horny man, horny dog.
I mean,
I
that
love
seems
that.
really 80s,
I
right?
love that so much.
I'm writing horny man dog, and we'll
I'm sure we'll figure that
We'll
out.
know
All I
what that
can-
means.
For sure.
All I can picture is that meme, that jealousy meme.
Yeah.
that's-
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to bet that at some point, Tom Hanks is with love interest, and things are getting a little intimate.
Yeah.
And then Hooch just pops into frame and just ruins the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I was shocked we were watching this, Molly, is my memory.
Oh, I think
Oh, no.
I am not sure that Hooch lives.
What?
I was going to say,
What?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I want to put this bet in now. I'm pretty sure the dog gets shot.
What?
I don't know if it dies, but I'm pretty sure it gets shot.
Yeah, I have a memory of Hooch jumping at the bad guy and just taking
What?
shotgun in
Me
the
too.
chest.
No. Absolutely not.
I'm pretty sure there's a scene of Tom Hanks like at the hospital with the dog or something where the dog is like under anesthesia and he's just like waiting to see if it will live.
And you think the dog does not make it?
I'm saying the dog lives.
Isn't it a comedy?
Yeah, but it
it's
gets
an
dark.
80s comedy.
Oh my God.
You know?
We already went through
I'm just saying, like, think about like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, spoiler alert. Like, that end of that movie is like heartbreaking, but also nice. So this one could also be heartbreaking, but also nice in a way.
I am shocked. I assume that this is going to be a pretty safe comedy with no animal danger, not real danger.
He's a cop, Molly.
Yeah.
Wait, is the dog actually a cop?
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't think so, which is like why I don't know why he's with Tom Hanks.
At the end, does the dog survive and get awarded like a Medal of Honor next to its
I hope
human
so.
I
contemporaries?
do not know if the dog lives. I've already
has
put
to.
I'm going to
Ew.
say dog lives, but definitely gets shot.
I don't.
But
Okay.
that Turner's in the title, just like Ted Turner, Molly. You love Ted Turner.
Yeah.
Longtime listeners know that I have a particular issue with animal danger. The worst, as far as I know, except for all of Homeward Bound, is the calf Norman
the calf.
in City Slickers.
Mhm.
But this might be right up there.
Maybe. I
Gets
mean, they actually
shot?
fire the gun in this one, as far as I remember.
Yeah, I think-
or he gets stabbed. I don't know. At some point, I feel like a crimer injures the dog.
Oh, this is awful. Okay, I just got to switch topics here. Do we think there's a kiss, and is it a cringy kiss or an okay kiss? Either between the dog and Turner.
Okay, I mean, Turner and Hooch definitely kiss.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay. And then
It may not be 100% consensual between the two.
is Hooch a girl or a boy? It's a boy dog.
I'm going to say big old hanging brain dog.
Oh my God.
Oh, what? Gross.
You could just say boy.
You have to bring out the Buster
But
Browns.
I'm trying to get you prepared for the vibe that Hooch gives off. Like he's kind of just like this gross stinker of a dog. Like I feel like there's a running joke that he smells really bad.
Yeah, that's why I got to hose him down.
Yeah.
Are you, Dan, are you for sure betting we're going to see dog balls?
Oh, okay. Can we go back to Buster Browns as a description?
For the sake of fun, I'm going to bet that this dog is fully intact, as Vet would say.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God.
I'm writing that down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. But yeah, they go do like they got to catch the big crime, the big crimer at the end. And like Turner and Hooch it's night.
Okay.
And they got to sneak in there and there's a warehouse.
Okay.
And then I think Hooch is saving Turner in this moment and gets blasted.
Jeez.
Wow.
Do we think it'll?
Probably okay because it's a movie.
I'm
but,
pretty
like,
sure, but
my
I
memory
feel
is
like it's touch and go. I feel
So
like
how old were you when you saw this movie?
I don't know, like 8, 9, something like that.
Oh, so that would make an impression.
Yeah, for sure.
What happened?
Were you about to ask if his parents were divorced at that point?
Oh, I thought about it.
It was about that time.
So he had other stuff to think about, Molly.
Well, I just mean, like, was a parent watching with you, or are you watching with other kids?
Unlikely, please. I was a child in the late 80s to 90s.
Very, very minimally
Yeah.
supervised.
Yeah, I'm sure I came home from school, let myself in, flop down in front of cable
Watch the
television.
dog get shot. Wouldn't it be funny if we're completely wrong and the dog is never harmed in any way?
It would be. That would be wild.
That'd be great.
I feel like at the end, the dog is going to get a medal, but it might be like hopping down to get the medal,
Yeah.
right?
That seems most likely. And then, like, Tom Hanks adopts the
Loves
dog.
the dog.
That
Yeah.
seems like the most likely route, but
I mean, it would be so odd if Tom Hanks goes, "Well, I'm getting a promotion, buddy, and I'm moving out east."
yeah.
Yeah.
I assume
Well,
this
but
takes
he
place
would
in
say
San
that to
Francisco.
the dog's grave.
Oh
right?
gosh, awful. Do we know about where it is though? Is it like New England? Are we talking California?
Dan said San Fran.
I bet San Francisco.
And I'm
Oh,
feeling
okay.
that as well.
Yeah.
It seems right.
Yeah.
Running up and down hills.
Come on.
Yeah. They got docks there.
Yeah. There's definitely. I bet.
The warehouses.
Do we think it's like drug crimers or other crimers?
Ooh, if it's the 80s, it's got to be drugs,
Right?
right?
That's what I was thinking.
Ooh, maybe maybe they'll even be specific. It's cocaine.
Yeah.
That was very popular.
Do we think?
Yeah.
Here's the thumb. This is why I asked, because now I'm wondering. Do we think that the dog has something of the crimers? Like they hid something on the dog of the crimer.
Oh, like the
Evidence that would like put them away or something, and now they want to kill the
Like
dog.
on its collar?
I don't know.
You're
Yeah,
not going to put it in its body, right?
probably not. No, that'd be. Although that just feels like the kind of dog that would eat anything. So who knows?
Maybe that's it. The dog ate evidence, and Tom Hanks has got to watch him till it passes. That feels like a shorter timeline than this movie occupies.
Speaking of passing, do we think this will pass the Bechdel-Wallace test?
I mean,
Incredible
high
segue.
five for segue.
Incredible segue. No.
But I also think no.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like some of the ones where we're the most certain we get happily surprised.
Yeah.
But this does not feel like that.
Does Turner have a partner?
I don't.
Or did he lose his real partner?
What if it's his partner's dog?
Oh.
I can't picture a Turner partner.
Because Hooch is the partner.
Right.
Yeah, sort
That's
of.
what I
yeah.
thought.
Is the chip on his shoulder that he likes to work alone?
Maybe.
Like, what is Turner's deal?
It
Who
might
doesn't
also
want to
be
hang
like
with a
he's
dog?
a gross old dog and I don't want to deal with him.
Yeah, he's got a cool car.
Maybe he's like a fastidious, cleanly man. He's just like, oh, gross.
Is it a convertible?
For sure.
Okay.
Is it red?
Dark red, yeah.
Nice.
Saw a poster once.
Nice. Do we think, here's a question for you. Do we think, one, that Tom Hanks will have a somewhat antagonistic relationship with the chief? But do we think because Tom Hanks is early 80s Tom Hanks, that part of the antagonism is actually that the chief is actually pretty nice to him and he's the crank?
Yeah, I think he thinks the Chiefs is busting his Buster Brown.
Oh, there you go.
His fully intact scrotum. Yeah.
Boy, I don't. Oh boy.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Do we think the mayor is going to be all over the police commissioner?
God, I hope so.
Oh, he's all over my Buster Browns.
Turner, the mayor's up my ass for you to keep this dog.
Is it the mayor's dog?
Ooh, I hope so.
Oh.
No.
I feel pretty confident that the dog is connected to the crime,
Okay.
to a specific crime.
Nice.
Do you think at the end Turner finds out that Hooch actually committed the crime and he shoots the dog?
Oh no. Yeah, it's like that. It's like
It
that
was
Not the
you.
40s.
Wesley Snipes meme from what the movie. I can't remember which one that's from, where he's like crying while holding a handgun.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
That
wow.
is-
You guys got to
oh.
be on the internet more. Come on.
No, I don't.
I felt good for getting that jealousy meme.
Nice.
Yeah. Passenger 57
Hmm.
and Blade are the only two Wesley Snipes
I
movies
mean,
know.
great choices.
Yeah. It was you all along.
Hooch.
Rough.
Forget about it, Hooch. It's Dogtown.
Oh, but then it's like,
Yeah.
Point Break, and he just like lets him go and throws his badge into the bay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hooch surfs off and
Oh,
Yeah.
he just rolls on his back and fires his gun and
Yep.
to nothing and screams.
The dog does that.
No, well, yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yes.
I mean, this sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good. I'm so curious to find out why the dog and Tom Hanks become entangled, because I cannot in any way confidently remember why.
yeah.
I'm excited to see how quickly we get introduced to the main. I feel like we'll see a crime
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then almost immediately, the mayor's all over me.
right. Come in here, Turner.
And here,
Yeah.
here's your new partner.
I think we open on a crime. I think that's a good
Yeah.
bet.
Very good, Beth.
If we don't, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, just as upset, if not more, as when the dog gets shot.
Oh,
By
y'all,
Tom
I'm going to
Hanks.
hide in the kitchen. There is no way.
As
no.
tears roll down his
Listen,
face.
there's no way Tom Hanks became America's sweetheart.
And he's on the phone with the chief, and the chief's like, "Do it, Turner, do it."
He'll never get a promotion. I do think he's going after a promotion. I think
You
he
think
wants
so?
to get detective or
Oh,
lieutenant
okay,
or
so he's
something.
like, "Fine, I'll take care of this freaking dog."
Yeah, I don't know. That's just, or that's, because he has to want something at the beginning of the movie that's not the thing, right?
right.
It's got to interrupt.
That's not a
this
smelly
dog
dog.
has to interrupt something.
For sure.
And I don't know if it's going to be like his home life or work, but I kind of feel like
Or
it might be
both.
work.
Yeah. He seems like he could be like a Playboy cop too, right?
Oh, sure.
And this is really cool in his love life.
That's right.
I can't take this dog. I got honeys coming
That's
over.
right.
This is me, Tom Hanks.
I'm Tom Hanks. I'm waist deep in honeys. I chose that word for your sake, Molly.
Thank you.
Assume what you will in what he would actually say.
Right.
Okay.
I think Hooch is also going to aggressively chase some sort of animal and break a lot of stuff in
Nice.
Turner's apartment.
For sure. Or like out in the market, like an open air market.
Listen,
or
if
something.
Turner has a priceless vase sitting on a pedestal,
Yeah.
Get ready.
maybe that's the main issue. I can't take him, Chief. I got a house full of vases.
He's a vase collector.
They're all on
He's a
pedestals.
horny vase collector. Ooh, Dan's bed. At one point, Tom Hanks opens the door to his bedroom to find Hooch on the bed with feathers everywhere.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Classic.
Classic Hooch.
I feel like I know him already. What a good pup. Ooh, how many dogs do we think actually were in the production?
Oh.
I'm going to guess 5.
5. I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
7.
Nice. I'm
lot
going
of
to say 1 for
Wow.
Spice. I'm going to
Wow,
say it was
wow.
the best Hollywood dog ever. The Bart the Bear of drooly dogs.
I don't know who that is.
It's-
The famous Hollywood bear?
It's the bear you've seen in like every movie in like a 15 to 20 year period.
Oh,
It's
wow.
usually Bart the Bear. He's probably dead now, but like back in the 80s and 90s, I feel like it was always Bart the Bear.
But not Cocaine Bear. I believe that was Mocap.
Correct.
That actor was at the Godzilla convention I went to this summer.
The Cocaine Bear?
Yeah. He also did Godzilla stuff. I think
Which
it was,
Godzilla stuff?
Legendary Pictures Godzilla stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's fun.
Isn't it?
Did you get a picture? Autograph?
No.
Just
Just saw him on the
Did he
program.
teach you how to walk like Godzilla with his thick thighs?
That Godzilla's very thick.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he is.
Well, Molly, how should we rate this film?
Cool Car Turner and Buster Hooch.
Cool
I'm sorry. What?
Are those different? Or is that one?
Well,
Cool Car
You tell
Turner
me.
and Buster Hooch.
I
Buster
hate it
Hooch.
already.
Okay. So
Cool.
this is another movie starring
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner, who has been turned into a car,
Oh, yeah.
kind of like Knight Rider.
Yes.
But with the voice of Ted Turner.
Yes.
Cool Car Turner.
But the premise is that he was once a man
Yes,
who was
absolutely.
turned into a car.
This
Yes.
is the straight to VHS
I mean,
And
Russian sequel to Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
And the dog drives, right?
absolutely.
The dog
Yeah.
drives the
Man car.
man
Yeah, the
car.
car.
And what was the second?
Buster,
Buster
Hooch.
Hooch.
Buster Hooch.
Buster Hooch is busting crimers.
Oh, okay. Is it based off of Buster Keaton at all?
I was basing off of Buster Brown's, but you do what you like.
I mean, we
And he
know
says,
that.
Busting makes me feel good. In the style of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense,
But
actually.
legally distinct.
Yes.
Busting makes me feel good.
But he definitely dresses like Buster Keaton.
Yeah.
Even though it's set in like the 80s. Yeah.
That's just like a fun Easter egg.
Yeah.
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 Wow. Okay. That's amazing.
Okay.
So is Buster Hooch like actually working for a jurisdiction of any kind, or is he just like a private dog?
LAPD.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. I don't like your style, Hooch, but you get results, damn it.
Yeah.
You and your talking car.
Quit bending the rules.
Yeah.
The mayor's all over
That's
me.
right.
That's right.
Amazing.
All right.
This
is a
sounds like an
TV show?
incredible movie.
Film?
Oh,
Movie. Okay.
it's a movie.
You said it was the Russian sequel.
That's
to
right.
Yeah. Come on.
That's right. I did.
Come on, man. Pull it together.
I love that.
All right. Dan, how many Cool Car, Turner, and Buster Hooches do you get?
Wow, boy, oh boy. I mean, I want to say 5 just because I want it to be a franchise.
The Hoochiverse.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I feel like this movie is going to be charming in that it's a young Hanks being flustered, which I always enjoy. And the dog will probably be fun to watch, but I'm also worried it's one of those movies that, like, as a child, you're like, oh yeah, this is a movie everybody likes. But now as an adult, you're like, oh, this movie is kind of dumb and sucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna order a cowardly now in modern Hollywood a cowardly trilogy of the Cool Car Turner and Buster Hooch films.
All right, Beth.
Okay, so I think because there was a TV show based off of this, that it has staying power.
Okay. Good sleuthin'.
But I still don't think it's going to be very good. So I'm going to say 3.5.
Oh, wow.
And the half is just after the
Post-credit scene?
after Buster Hooch is shot. Then there's just Cool Car Turner.
Oh, and they try to do a spin-off movie and it doesn't do very well.
Yeah.
It spins out.
Oh! That is definitely a critic's headline of their review. Cool Car Turner spins out. Or cool spin-off spins out.
Yeah.
Cool Car Turner is
Not so
cool. Bad Car Turner.
The movie is
Lukewarm.
busted.
Turn
without Hooch.
around, Turner. I hate myself.
It's
Do a
prequels
180 and
out
leave.
of gas.
Wow. I needed to slam back some hooch to enjoy this film.
Why don't we...
Hooch the boss.
Busted used to make me feel good. Not anymore.
These are all great. These are all the headlines written by a man who hates his life and hates his family, but loves cinema as he understands it, which is actually a bad interpretation of the art. And I hate him.
No.
And his YouTube channel.
Is this your headline about his headlines?
Yes. That's the title of my 90-minute YouTube video, tearing down his entire oeuvre. Or her.
That's right. Women can be terrible now, too. It's equality. I was sort of excited until Dan raised the idea that this could actually be bad now, which feels like a very real thing that could happen to this
Now
movie.
I feel bad about it.
No, I was like, this is a fun Tom Hanks. There's a dog. There's a lot good. It's funny. It's action-packed.
There's a lot going for it.
So I'm going to stick with the 4 that I had in my mind beforehand. But
nice.
with the caveat that I do recognize this could be bad now.
I mean, that's true of every movie we watch.
Molly, what do you got?
Let's see. I'm going to go 4th, and I'm going to say 3. Cowardly 3, because my mind is a blank. I can sort of picture the poster.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it not being popular, but I don't want to be pessimistic. So normally I do a 2, but I am going to put faith in our year ago conversation about this.
We don't pick movies because we think they're good movies.
Or that you'll like them.
Well, but why do
If anything, I sometimes pick them because I think you'll hate them.
like what? Like not Ted Turner, sorry. Tom Hanks
Ted
has
Turner on the
made
brain.
so many incredible movies.
Yeah.
And we picked this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm assuming it's fine. 3
Great.
and a half.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and that other half is just a script that was left undeveloped.
Oh, it's in development hell.
Yeah,
just
it's in
like-
development.
Yeah.
In the poster, are they both wearing sunglasses?
Ooh, I think so.
They should
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, and is Turner wearing a tie? Is he a detective or is he cop?
I think he's a detective.
That
but
seems right.
Who knows? Maybe he's trying to make Sergeant,
know.
Lieutenant.
Last bet, at some
know
point,
how
Hooch
these
gets a
things work.
tiny dog badge.
Yes.
Okay, I love
Incredible.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
on his gravestone.
Oh, God. And with that, we're going to press pause. We're going to go watch.
You finally made the force, buddy.
You son of a bitch. Literally. Turns to camera.
Wink. Credits roll.
Shoots the grave again.
Shoots the grave. Jesus.
We're going to press pause.
Yes.
We're going to go watch
Pause.
Turner and Hooch, and we'll be right back.
Hello, listeners. It's me, cool mid-roll Dan. The coolest
baby.
Dan to ever grace your mid-roll.
Oh, boy.
Walking in from the front, leaving out
What?
the back. That's
What?
What?
Oh,
The mid-roll? Like
yeah.
it's a shotgun shack?
tin roof.
What is happening?
I don't know.
What to get to the middle, you got to start at the start and go to the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're either at the start or the end.
You didn't say start or
Yeah,
end. You
you
said
said-
front and back.
That's the same.
No, it's
no,
not.
it is absolutely not. The
It
same.
is anywhere you
If
enter
you're
is
on a
the front.
racetrack, you're like, oh, I'm at the front of the racetrack.
Hey y'all, I get what Cool Dan's laying
Thank you,
down.
Cool Beth.
God. The worst, Beth.
Anyway, here we are at the front of the traditional winter gift giving season.
Segue.
You're probably thinking, uh-oh, I got to buy some stuff for my loved ones or the office party.
Yes.
Let me recommend bootypatrol.totesrecall.com
Oh, yeah.
or merch.totesrecall.com or totesrecall.com/merch.
Wow.
They all go to the same place.
They're all the front of the merch store.
That's all the front of the merch store.
Yeah.
And then you get into the middle, and the middle is selecting your item. You
Ooh.
could buy a beach towel.
Nice.
Ooh.
Not seasonally appropriate, but it makes you long for summer.
Exactly. Or maybe they're going on a vacay for
Maybe
New
they're
Year's.
going to Puerto Vallarta.
Sure.
Ooh,
That's a hot place.
great choice.
What else you could get? Summer stuff, tank top that
no.
says billionaires are terrible lovers.
Yeah.
Or you could get the most holiday gift there is, a sweatshirt with a dog saying glug, glurg, glurg
Glurg,
on
glurg.
it
With a little wreath.
with a wreath around its
Mm-hmm.
neck.
It's our holiday glurg dog.
That's right. And all sorts of other cool items and gift certificates. If you just have a totes head in your life and you are paralyzed by gift giving indecision,
Yeah.
but you need to spend money to show that you care,
Yeah.
buy a gift certificate.
Yeah.
Bootypatrol.totesrecall.com. Keep it cool.
We've come to the close,
The back.
the
I
back.
hate all of this.
Now back.
Boo. And we're back. We just watched 99 minutes of the worst movie ever made.
Worse than Freaky Friday?
No, it was more entertaining. It's not unentertaining, but Dan was right. I think that's just the most important thing that we get out
Hashtag
there.
Dan was right.
Dan, no one is high-fiving
Yeah,
you.
you shouldn't high five
No
that.
one's gonna high five the ending of this movie.
It's good to be right. Even when it's sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
I am so mad at
You
this
mean
movie.
correct, right? Not like political ideology.
Correct.
Unless you have something to want to tell the listeners right now.
Chill vibes.
Like 99% of this movie is really charming and fun.
Yeah.
And then there is one moment where I'm like, why? Why
Yeah.
did you choose
And
that
it's
as your ending?
The dog dying.
Yes.
yeah. This was a travesty. This was unnecessary. The puppies they try to woo you with at the end do not do it for
Not
me.
even close. Who cares about that puppy?
We didn't even know
I
that
do.
pup.
I like that.
I like
puppy.
I mean, it was a
Very
sweet dog.
cute.
Who doesn't love a puppy? But I'm just saying it's not enough, okay? But they took us on a real journey.
Can I ask a question about that puppy?
Sure.
So are we to understand that Hooch and Dog banged and the litter consisted of 7 dogs that look exactly like the mom and then one puppy that's like Hooch?
Yes,
It's-
that's
Yeah.
how genetics work.
That's how they dealt with
Split
it
down the
with
middle.
Kermit and
Miss Piggy?
Miss Piggy.
When did they have
They
kids?
bang?
Are you serious? What,
Yes.
have you never noticed that tension?
I mean, she bangs him up because she's a physically
I know
abusive
that
partner.
they're into it, but I didn't know like we watched Muppets
At some
have sex
point,
on a
maybe
Muppet
it's
show.
we didn't have, but
Like
even
in
though
that
it's a I don't know. Listeners, help me. Tweet at us. No, nobody does that anymore. But
It's
no,
time to turn the lights off. It's time to get in bed. It's time to procreate and have mutant Muppet children. Do they really have kids?
Muppet babies.
Listen,
Those
mine.
are
No,
not their
those are
children.
not. They're just them as kids. No, I'm telling you that it's either a
Guys,
fantasy.
Beth knows what the Muppet babies
I
are.
freaking know the Muppet Babies.
Where are these
I've
children
seen
coming
it
from?
once or twice.
I may never tell you. This is my 3rd time.
You're gonna hide
Trying.
babies from us?
Wow.
Okay, fine. I don't know if
Baby
it was,
hider.
God dang it.
Should we just skip this and do
No,
60 seconds
stop
summer?
it. You stop right now. I'm going to
Everybody
get this
shut
out.
up.
Everybody shut up and listen
Especially
to
you, Beth.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah. New catchphrase.
Okay. Okay. So, anyway, I think it's either a dream sequence or real. But yeah, some of the kids look exactly like Miss Piggy, and the others look exactly like Kermit, and that's how you get around the confusion of what would actually happen.
Right. Which is nothing.
It'd be nothing, or
I guess
you could
they're
have
Muppets, so who
zebras
knows?
and horses.
So you think pigs and frogs can
Listen, the whole thing asks you to suspend your sense of disbelief, but you can see a scenario where somebody drew up a whole bunch of versions of little creatures that were like pig frogs.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they, in the end, were like, that's all creepy. Let's just do little frogs, little pigs.
They would be so good at it too, though. Like the Jim Henson Company probably made some incredible pig frog designs.
And we'll never see them.
No.
I think there's a Fozzie and Kermit hybrid.
Yes.
They're in something I can't remember.
In the Great Muppet Caper, they're supposedly twins.
They're
and there's
twins.
like a picture of their dad or something, and it's just like a green Fozzie with the little Kermit fringe, and it's hilarious, but also like if you think about it too hard, kind of disturbing.
So they did the same thing here. So yes, we are to believe that 7 of them take after their mom, and 1 takes off after its dad in the most hilarious way. Never mind that you just saw Academy Award winning actor Tom Hanks break down.
Like genuinely and relatably just lose it.
Okay, and I'm just going to add this. Can I say this about that? No, we're not doing 60-second summary yet, Dan. Okay. You close those mouths.
We should make it clear for context. We should make it clear for context that the dog does get shot, but the dog is brought to the vet before it passes. It's not just like it dies in the crime scene or whatever.
My sweet dear Hippo, who passed last December,
such a sweet girl,
has a similar coat and similarly floppy lips and just big head. She was a pity, and I was doing okay until the vet scene because I had that experience with my poor dog at the end of her life. I mean, even the vet tech was crying. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah, it sucks.
But at least it was real, and it wasn't made up by some writer who could have made a different choice.
Why is that the choice they made?
Yeah.
I don't understand. The whole movie is a comedy.
It should be.
It makes no sense. At the end, it should be, he's fine, actually, and now they're buds, and they all live together. You can still have that scene with the puppies.
Well, it's so weird.
And then also Hooch is there.
Yeah, it's so weird because like that whole sequence of like Tom Hanks like coming home and like doing his whole monologue about like that he already did with Hooch earlier. It's like, you don't hear the rules and don't blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you could just as easily have an open door. It's just like Hooch with just like, I don't know, like a bandage or something. You know what I mean? Like a big like wrapping around his chest or something. Like, he's actually fine.
You could have Hooch with his kid
or
puppy.
Like with a little limp or a doggy wheelchair.
Well, but enough time has passed that he's gotten married and become the chief.
That's true, and she's pregnant.
He could have been horribly
she was pregnant too? Mm-hmm. Oh, the dog or the lady? Both?
The lady was pregnant?
Yeah.
I missed that.
She was a veterinarian and a professional and also a lady.
Yes.
A lady professional.
Yeah.
Heard of it?
Oh.
Okay, sorry, Dan. Were you going to prompt us for the 60-second summry?
I was.
Okay.
And we already pretty much summarized the movie, right? Everybody banged. The dog gets shot.
We were 100% accurate, but Beth and I did get a couple of things wrong. One is that we did not open on a crime.
No. We all thought it was going to be like bam, bam, bam into the crime scenes.
Yeah, it's because I thought I was in San Francisco, but it's in
small, sleepy town, Cypress Beach.
It's like pretty close.
I want to say Cypress Hill every time.
Yeah.
Instead, they're building up the odd couple nature.
Yes.
Of Scott Turner, not Ted. That was the first disappointment. Just being fastidious and very tidy. And so you realize right away, the whole point of this is that he needs to.
Yeah. And like
chillax.
irrationally so. Like as you all audibly complained about, he used so much floss for a single session of flossing.
It was outrageous.
Infuriating.
Like it was at least like
wasteful.
half a box, right?
I mean, it would be the whole thing. Floss, I don't know, like you go through floss really quickly.
And he had one of the old boxes that don't have a little mirror in it for you. Or not mirror.
A mirror?
Sorry. No, I mean
like a
clear plastic
a
so
window?
you can see where you are.
Yes,
a window.
Right. So he was just going for it.
Just going for it. He doesn't know what's going to happen.
No, at any point he could run out. Unless he like counts, right?
Probably he has like
he
a
counts
filing cabinet
Yeah.
just full of them.
Yeah.
He's like, this is 2 flosses worth of floss.
Like he can tell it's been like X number of meters. So,
Yeah.
Well, you could tell they really took their time establishing him as a fastidious, easily upset.
Well, what's wild is like I appreciated that they established how much of a just like overly compulsive, clean guy, in that they show this whole montage of like this entire routine, and then he just goes to bed to read a book. So you realize like that was his bedtime routine. Yeah, all that shit was his bedtime routine. Polishing his shoes, arranging the candles on his coffee table to be perfectly in sync.
A lot.
It was a lot.
But kudos to them getting a montage out right away.
And then we understood the character already. And hadn't even opened his mouth. No. But when he does, it's loud because it's 80s Hanks, baby.
Yeah, he is yelling a lot, especially after he gets Hooch. Yeah. Hooch comes to him because the old pier man, who is also, I love that guy.
Me too.
Yeah.
He was great. Amos.
Yeah. Scott Turner he's got 3 days left. He's not close to retirement, classic cop thing, but he's close to moving out of town.
Yeah.
So he's
big
kind of
city.
The big city of Sacramento.
So I'd like to say I was right about him looking for a promotion or aiming for something else.
Yeah. As a native Californian.
Go ahead.
That is such a weird move to talk about the big city and then have it be Sacramento. San Francisco's right there.
I guess
it's closer.
Maybe they wanted it to be like, well, there's no way they would pick him up for San Francisco PD. So we got to just pick a different, slightly larger city.
Yeah. Anyway, they're on the Monterey Bay Peninsula somewhere.
Oh, maybe that's what's supposed to make it so funny about that lady who comes out to give him a snack and says, "You're going to the big city. I hope you don't get shot."
Right.
Oh,
maybe that's
Sacramento.
It's not that
but
big.
Sacramento's like it's a city, right?
It's a city, sure.
Look,
it's inland.
We can't all live in states where like 18 different cities became the centers of some industry of douchebags.
That's too bad for you.
Yeah, well, is it? Is it though? Don't come here. It's very cold and boring.
That's right.
So cold.
So cold and boring. Cold. Nothing is good here. Please keep our house prices down. Oh my God. Please just keep moving to Austin and ruining it.
I know. It's like people have caught on to Duluth. You can't get anything there anymore.
No, that's terrible. I'm horrified.
They're preparing for the climate apocalypse.
Yeah, they are. But I've met people who actually did. I've known two people.
Like they went there specifically because it's like high ground.
Yes, but I think it's also, a little bit of local Minnesota talk. I moved here more than a decade ago, and the thing that I learned early on, is that most people end up in Minnesota because they were living their life in some other city. They were having a good time, or they went college somewhere and they fell in love.
Sure.
Yep.
And that person that they love is like, I love living in DC. Ooh, Seattle's great. California, 100%. And then at some point, maybe 5 years after they've been married, they say, standard of living in Minnesota is really nice. Minnesota is so nice. And then they lure them back to the state. Yeah. And I just think that this whole climate refugee thing or climate whatever, I think that's just the mechanism by which all these Minnesotans get back to all their high school friends and their extended family and Vikings games in garages and the whole bit. It's a scam.
I see.
So listen, if you are listening to me now and you have a loved one from Minnesota, I'm just telling you.
They're coming back.
You're coming back. And the parks really are outstanding.
There you go.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
But also, hey, don't come here.
You already got a house.
Huh?
You already got a house.
Yeah, you're living wherever you are living. Although most of the folks don't. That's the whole thing. They can't afford a house, so they're moving to Minnesota. No. But then they jack up the prices.
Exactly.
You can come here if you want to. It is really cold.
It is.
I feel like we're like Portland. Wasn't Portland like this forever? They're like, oh, it's so rainy.
Probably.
But Portland's kind of mean.
Yeah, so are we.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
But we don't seem mean.
No, exactly. That's the whole point. That's the problem.
Nice. Very nice, but not really.
Yeah. The difference between us and Portland is that Portland has more of an overt Nazi presence.
Oh boy.
There's your secret.
Wait, what? Come on.
Look it up. Okay. This
Scott
is
Turner.
from the 80s movie where a dog gets shot.
Yeah.
Oh God.
1989. We all screwed up.
Yeah.
We're all bad.
We
at
all
this.
screwed the pooch.
Oh, Oh, and I was wrong about. Whoa, boy.
That's a weird expression.
It's a
Screwed the
weird
pooch?
one.
Yeah.
it
Do
is.
you think it's
Yeah.
some old joke or some like some
Chunks is
farmer
my
comes
dog.
home
Have you heard
and
that one? That's a dirty joke.
What?
You don't want to hear that one.
Okay.
Look at that up too.
Ugh. I'm sorry, my brain is just. What was I saying?
Scott Turner is making the rounds, being like, "I'm leaving."
Yes.
Just checking on everybody,
Yeah.
all the local yokels,
Yeah.
including Owen
Amos.
Yes.
That's right, famous Amos of the cookies.
Oh, that's why he gave the dog chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, little Easter egg from the filmmakers.
Sure. That's definitely what it was.
Anyway, old guy lives on the
Cookie
pier.
heads are going to lose their shit when we do this.
Who's got a disgusting slobber dog
Yeah.
who attacks him but likes him.
So is he like the ship reclamation guy or something? Like he has all the weird marine garbage or
He
something?
owns
He's
the
the-
boat junkyard.
Yeah, he's the
guess.
junkyard
Yeah.
of the marina.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Junkyard of
obviously,
the
there's a
seas.
junkyard on every marina.
For sure, I guess.
Tweet at us. I don't know.
I don't either. I live here.
Yeah. Where there's no water. Don't come here.
That's right.
Classically, no water.
Classically, no fresh water.
We're so thirsty.
Oh, all the time.
And eventually Amos witnesses a crime or
That's the worst part is he doesn't actually witness
sort
anything.
of sideways implies that he did, which he maybe didn't. Anyway.
No. Well, he didn't see that particular crime, but he implicates himself
That's right.
because he's like, I see what you are all doing over there.
So he
He's
gets
too
knifed
brave.
by a classic
Yeah.
slick back hair 80s villain.
Absolutely classic.
And then the dog is a witness. That's kind of what we were talking about.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
actually true.
Tom Hanks's thought. Like the dog's a witness. I got to keep the dog.
Yeah.
Well, but
No,
also,
I think it's because he likes Amos and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like kind of feeling like I got to take care of my friend's dog
Yeah.
after
Well,
he's.
I think he
because
just sort
they
of
were- they were gonna-
realizes.
they were going to kill the dog.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the worst animal control. The animal control people with the least patience in the entire profession.
Yeah, they rock up and he's like, that dog is nasty.
Yeah, all you have are those little like loop collars, like, we know how to do our job.
Yeah.
And then it's just a bunch of shouting and crashing.
Yeah.
And then one of them gets thrown into the bay, LOL.
Yeah.
And then the remaining one is just like, we're gonna shoot this dog.
they don't even bother like euthanasia. Hey, fun fact.
Hey.
One of those dog handlers I gave away the punchline in the description. One of the animal control people, the man,
Yeah.
was the handler for the dog.
Did he get to do his own stunt jumping in the?
I think he must have.
Nice.
He looks really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so it's a fun
That's
little.
fun.
Yeah, and there were 3 other dogs, so 4 total.
Wow.
Wow.
What did you get? Someone gets like 12, right? Or something.
I think I said 7.
Oh, maybe that's
Yeah.
what it was. I said 1.
I said 3.
So if you go by the credits, I'm right.
yeah, 1 in the credits.
Because nobody wants to see a credit with a whole
Well,
bunch
that's
of
the
dogs.
thing. I was just gonna ask though, like, is that?
I do.
Yeah, I'd love to know all the
Absolutely
good
want to
dogs.
know all the
Scruffy?
names of all the dogs.
Like I would have loved in Homeward Bound if there was a specific list of which cat did what in the credits, right? Like I would love to
River
know.
cat.
Yeah, river cat, unlocking a gate cat. I would love to know that.
Sad old dog in a hole.
Is there like
Homeward
the best
Bound.
dog? Are there movie animal guild rules where like instead of top billing, it's like whoever does the most gets the credit?
I mean, I think this was the main dog. This was the main one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but this happens in a lot of movies where
I
it's
just wanna
just
say, I
like
guessed
whoever
5
as
dogs.
dog or whoever as.
Dan
Molly
Jaquette
wrote
guessed
it down.
3.
Uh-huh.
Beth guessed 7, and other Dan guessed 1.
wow.
So who was actually right?
Me.
No.
Nice.
It depends on if it's okay to go over or under. Then it was either
Beasley,
me or
is
Dan
that the dog's
Jaquette.
name? The
Beasley.
credit dog?
Beasley?
Beetle?
Bosley?
Beanley?
Beasley, I think.
Beasley.
Something like that.
1 Beasley dog.
As Hooch.
Yeah.
Assuming that was one that was on camera the most. What a good dog.
Oh, such a good dog.
Good dog.
Did you know it was a French Mastiff, or you
Yeah,
can call
please.
that a Doge de Bordeaux?
Oh.
I need to Bordeaux my Doge.
Wow.
So dumb. So sorry. Cut that out.
it is I, Hooch. It is junkyard Dodge de Bordeaux.
I see the murderer at the window.
A bow wow. A bow wow.
Whiff, whiff.
I shall smash my giant head through this window and take out the attacker.
I am, of course, fully intact.
Hell yeah, he is.
Do not make me wee wee.
Nice, Molly.
We don't get any dog pee.
A so shocking lack of dog pee
That
jokes.
seems like a classic
feel
dog
like
joke.
they-
Lifting the leg.
They went all in on drool.
They went all in on
They
drool
really
and
did.
just like the fact that he could destroy anything.
Yeah, and ripping up cushions.
LOL.
He eats up the car. He tears up the apartment.
I mean, thoroughly.
Yeah.
Like, people could ransack an apartment and not do as much damage.
No.
Yeah, he did a really good job doing damage.
He did it in such a fun way, though, where he's
Open
like
the fridge, pulled all the stuff out.
shotgunning a beer. That was the best.
Multiple beers.
You would say this movie was filled with antics and probably wouldn't
Like
end with
fun
the dog
hijinks,
dying.
fun animal hijinks, where you're just like, what a good dog.
What a
Yeah.
good
What
dog.
a fun and good dog.
That'll be so fun to watch him get shot with a pistol and then die slowly on an operating table.
I gotta say, it's
Well,
not
the
just that.
vet is helpless to save him.
She tried her best.
It's
The
not
vet
even that he
slash
just
lover.
gets shot. Like you don't like hear the gunshot and it's like, oh no, he went down.
Oh,
you
God.
see
Oh, yeah.
the blood explode
There's a dog
from his
squib.
chest.
Yeah.
There is a dog
It's
squib.
fucked.
And then he's on the ground.
You think he's already dead?
But he's not. He musters up the strength and
saves
probably
the
loses
day.
all the blood.
Oh, no,
Just like
Molly, why would
inching
you do
his
that?
little body forward with one paw.
And like thoughtfully pausing whenever he could get the attention of Chief Coach, who turned out to be a corrupt small town cop.
That's right.
Working with Panama drug lords. Is that what the dialogue
Panama
suggested?
drug lords.
Oh yeah, they're smuggling money out of Panama. Yeah, out
Yeah.
of Panama, right?
In ice.
In the ice in the fish
Seafood.
factory or
Ice
whatever.
cold cash.
Ah,
You said cold hard cash during the
Oh, it was
recording or the
better.
viewing, and we loved it.
That was better.
Beth,
Go back.
cut it so that she only says cold hard cash.
yeah. But yeah, dog actor is incredible. Doing the I'm almost dead, but I'm gonna do this one last heroic
Yeah.
moment.
To save
Crawl.
my
Really
best
good.
friend Scott Turner,
Yeah.
who we have come to an understanding.
Because they do the montage of
Yes.
washing where they both shake off.
Yes.
Tom Hanks is so
Okay, we gotta talk about Thirst Trap,
yes.
Tom. This movie was, I'm pretty sure, made to either force you to watch a dog death or to appreciate Tom Hanks
Wow.
as a leading man.
Tom Hanks.
Okay, I kind of have a Tom Hanks.
Nice.
He is like I would
Hanksgiving.
say for like 50% of the movie only wearing like underwear.
My man,
And not
He's
boxers.
rocking briefs.
my man is rocking black
Yeah.
briefs.
Not even
He's
whitey tighties.
Giving
Like,
hunks for Hanksgiving.
He is fully into
there
it.
is a
And we can tell.
We can.
There is a moment where it
There's-
is clear.
Yeah, and there's a close up one time of just his shoulder, and you're like, "Dang, is that Hugh Jackman?"
He's
From
toned.
the,
He's like got a nice cut.
Especially
Yeah.
for an 80s where
Yeah.
that was not
movie
the
star men have
standard.
normal bodies.
Yeah, right.
And he's like actually pretty jacked in
He's
this
in
movie.
good shape.
Yeah.
At this point in time, had Tom Hanks done a serious movie?
Ooh, I don't.
Do you think he wrote it in? Do you think he was like, "I'll do this movie"?
I kind
But-
of was like,
Oh, do you think he was like getting in better shape for a different movie?
well, I was thinking that that scene, which is so unnecessary for Hooch to die, gives Tom Hanks this opportunity to do like a very like Oscar-worthy moment.
I mean, he does.
And he
fucking
delivers.
Crushes.
And then,
it's
and now
devastating.
he's in all movies.
Whoa.
I'm like, did Turner and Hooch turn him into like a big A-list movie
Do
star?
you think because of his hot bod and his incredible
Yeah,
crying
people were
performance?
like, he should be the star of
Yeah,
every
this
movie
is a
he's
movie
in.
star. What was?
Okay, do you want to hear the befores and
Yeah,
afters?
can you give me just like his '80s film career?
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
Okay. He Knows You're Alone.
No idea.
Splash,
Yep.
84.
Nice.
Same year, Bachelor Party.
Okay.
Next year, The Man with One Red Shoe.
No idea.
Forgotten about that one. Volunteers,
No
The
idea.
Money Pit.
Sure.
Oh, classic. That'll be a Hanksgiving. With Shelley. Never mind. Shelley Long. Okay. Nothing in Common. Every Time We Say Goodbye. 1987. Dragnet.
One of those sounds
1988.
serious. Yeah.
Big. Nope. Because 1988 was also Punchline
What's
with
that?
Sally Field, which was him as a comedian in a dark comedy. It was very actory.
Oh,
So he didn't even need this.
maybe
Wow.
he was doing both at the same time.
I don't know, man.
I need
But
to
then
get a sad
89 is
monologue.
The Burbs, Turner and Hooch.
Okay.
Joe versus the Volcano. What a nightmare year. Then Bonfire of the Vanities, A League of Their Own 92. And then it goes on to every movie you've ever heard of him
Right.
in.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I was trying to give them a reason why they would put that in the
Sure.
movie,
I
but
don't know.
no.
Maybe he fought to take it out. Maybe he was like, I really want to do this movie. but I'm Tom Hanks and a sweet person, and I just don't think we need to go through this.
Yeah.
I bet he did. I mean, he seems nice.
Yeah.
You could be nice and also act well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you recall. I don't know if you
know.
recall both the first 20 minutes and the last 30 minutes of Saving Private Ryan, but it's
Ooh.
basically just him existing in the bleakness of war and death.
Well, but that was was not billed as a comedy.
Sure. No, thank God.
Can you imagine?
You
You could add the soundtrack from this movie, though, to almost anything,
Yeah.
and it would really brighten it up.
It
So
would
like,
definitely
a lot
brighten
of
it up.
saxophone.
It was
It
incredible.
slaps.
It was incredible. It was seriously just like, yeah, I would have loved to have just watched the recording of it because I'm sure they were having a great
Oh,
time.
yeah. I mean, the opening is like a sax solo, which I don't think we had really planned on during that opening montage.
No
But
one was
then-
prepared for it.
But then there's like I still have it in my head. There's just like a lot of jazz, and it's very catchy.
Anytime-
Is it jazz, though? Maybe it's not. I'm sorry, jazz heads.
Sure.
It's like
I think it's like a
type of
swinging. It's Do It Daddy, like it's Xanadu.
Okay,
it's,
great.
It's Hooch It Daddy. Yeah. Anytime Hooch was just like, anytime there was like a sequence of Hooch just like being a silly dog who was causing problems for Tom
Yeah.
Hanks, like it would always start into this like upbeat little jazzy tune while he destroyed everything he ever owned.
And then there'd be this low note, and you're like, uh-oh. It really signaled. The music
Yeah.
really signaled how you should feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you knew it was like there was the one scene where like the crimer I almost called him a crimer daddy.
Yeah. Wait, which one's the crimer daddy?
He's like the
Crimer
fish
daddy?
guy.
He's the father of the bride.
the head
Oh,
fish.
Boyette?
Yeah.
He's crimer daddy.
He like sees a guy walk in and then that guy runs away and then they end up killing him or whatever.
Yeah,
But like
yes.
you don't know anything's wrong
Yeah.
except for all of a sudden the music goes,
goes like,
like
And they like both kind of
foghorn.
like squint a little
yeah.
as this
And
guy
it's
is
like,
like,
Yeah.
oh, I think that guy's a bad guy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a really boring scene of like, oh, there's Faraday. Yeah, I want to talk to him later. Okay.
Hey, come here. And he starts to run. And it's like, brr, brr.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then no one actually sees anything, but he turns his light on because Hooch is a good guard dog and starts barking. And
Yeah.
then he's like, go see if the old man saw anything. And he hadn't seen anything, but he's like, I've seen what you've been doing. So he has probably seen something. But
Gotta get knifed.
it's the worst. And then Hooch jumps out of the window.
We get a lot of
good
good
dog.
hooch jumping.
So cool. And then he tries to just murder the destroyer of his world. And then
Yeah.
he goes back to Amos's body
Oh, yeah,
and just like
just
sits
howls.
there and howls.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh, sad.
And then he's there after when he gets out of the house and he just sits at the tape around the shape of the body in
Oh,
the crime
it's
scene.
awful.
I do want to talk about the love interest in this movie.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at one point, I think Molly and Beth bet that Hooch would be walking and there'd be a lady dog.
Yeah.
And William walked by a lady, and both Tom Hanks and Hooch would be horny. And
So
turn.
Yeah.
real.
Not quite.
Pretty
But
close.
close.
Pretty close.
Hooch sees a sexy collie.
Yep.
And obviously, long hair must be a lady dog.
Yep.
And like follows her into a house, which turns out to be a veterinarian slash
Oh,
home.
and that's one of the that's the scene with one of the best T. Hanks physical comedy bits.
Yeah.
Where he still got Hooch on the animal control pole at that point.
That's right.
And he keeps getting like yanked towards the door because Hooch went through the doggy door.
Yeah.
So Hanks just keeps getting yanked into the human door and smashing. It's very funny. And then finally just gets pulled through the doggy door.
Yeah.
I really
Delightful.
appreciate Tom Hanks acting in that because
Man
you know
is a
he's not
treasure.
really
No.
like. There's not a dog pulling him on the
No,
other
it's
end.
probably a PA. Just
If
kind of tugging
anything.
on it a
I bet
little
they're
bit.
like, you can hold the pole up.
Yeah.
No, someone would have to hold it to keep it that straight.
You would.
Yeah,
hope.
but presumably
he's doing all the work,
for
for
safety,
sure.
That's
Tom Hanks
probably
is leading
rest-
it.
He's for sure
He's
doing
probably
all the work.
resting it on a chair in there.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then he jumps through the dog door.
It's
Mm-hmm.
great. Great.
He said this was
then-
one of the most physically demanding roles he's ever done.
I bet.
Oh, wow.
I did have to do that fucking run at one
Yeah.
point.
He jumps over a wall.
Do you think that's
Tom
why he's in such good shape?
Cruise.
Because he just had to
Yeah.
do that running scene?
This is
Yeah.
like his Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder there were three of them.
Yeah. What?
Well, I was trying to make a sequel joke, but there was
Our
only like
rating-
one more
Our rating scale set up us.
sequel situation.
Franchise.
Yeah.
A quintology.
Yeah. So he meets Lady Vet, and at first she's raking him over the coals because she
'Cause this dog's in
thinks
rough
the
shape.
dog, yeah, is
Which
like,
he is.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, gotcha, girl. That's not my
Oh,
dog.
that's right. His owner was murdered.
How do you feel about that now?
But you feel like shit. Anyway,
And then she gives what I think, Beth, was your favorite line of the movie, where he's like, I'm Detective Scott Turner.
I don't
Do you remember? And then she's like, oh, we go to the same bank.
Inspector. He's never
That's
a
right.
detective.
Yeah,
No, inspector,
Yes,
investigator.
yes, yeah.
Investigator.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a small town, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, also a weird thing to know about somebody. Like, oh, that's the guy who goes to the same bank. But I guess she's noticed him before.
'Cause he's looking that
Okay,
good.
that's what she's
Yeah.
saying. She's saying, I've noticed you before. We go to the same bank.
Yeah.
It's so specific, and that gives an indication that she already is into him.
Yeah, because I mean, like their next longest conversation, her being like, "Have you fantasized about fucking me yet?" Essentially,
Okay.
she doesn't say that, but that is the conversation.
No, they do some painting first.
Oh, that's
they
right.
do.
Oh yeah,
Can-
That's right, because he's like so compulsive about order that he starts painting her room.
Before we get too far, I just want to say I did appreciate her character very much.
She's great.
And her name is...
That. I have no
he
idea. And I feel
rarely
bad.
says it, but her real
She's
name
got a
is
name.
Mayor, like...
The actor?
The actor's
Okay.
name is Mayor Willingford or something. It sounds like a very rich name. It honestly sounds like a name that you would make up for a soap opera.
For sure.
I'll try to remember what it is. But anyway,
Winningham.
Winningham.
She plays Dr. Emily Carson.
Nice.
Emily Carson.
Doctor. The doctor was a woman.
That's right.
Yes.
Wow.
But does not pass Bechdel. Doesn't even come close. And she doesn't even talk to her own dog. But here's the thing.
Like literally at one point, one of the cops, the women in the
Kathy.
precinct,
Katie.
because like Chief Coach Craig T. Nelson, that's what we're calling him, Chief Coach, by the way. He's like, oh, who are we gonna lay off to afford this forensic budget? Because it's the first time they've ever had a homicide in the city. And then Tom Hanks is like, oh, Katie's willing to get off. And she's like, the things I've done for you. And he cuts her off.
Yeah.
He's like, you broad. He doesn't say that.
And
but he
then
basically
later,
does.
Katie is ordered to just like open a door like she's a maid.
I know. I mean,
It's amidst a
Okay.
big fart joke,
Let's-
but still.
yeah,
I do
let's-
want to come back to the vet, but you go ahead.
I mean, let's just take a moment to appreciate that while we may have issues with the choice of the writers to murder the dog at the end, it was pretty great that they're like, what if they discuss a homicide case while a dog is filling the room with toxic farts?
That scene is great.
It's great.
Yeah.
So why make the movie serious at the end? It makes no sense. There's a scene all about a fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
then
is
they-
great.
It's great.
It's so confusing.
I mean, okay, some comedy scholar out there is going to be like, oh, well, that's what makes comedy pop is if you have these big extremes. Like,
a
look
dead
at the
dog.
movie Airplane.
Like a dead dog.
But I mean,
Or Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, where, spoiler alert, you realize that John Candy doesn't have a family to go home to. And he's been lying about it the whole time. And it's
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
that is heartbreaking.
And-
maybe is
Dear-
this just how movies used to be?
Maybe.
They're like, it's not a real movie. It's not PG unless a dog dies. Like, but I think about it and
The whole
like,
family's not going to go if the dog doesn't die.
I think My Girl was PG.
I'm sure.
Sure.
And that was brutal.
Yeah.
I still remember crying at that movie.
Yeah, because
I was,
Macaulay
like,
Culkin gets shot by
uncontrollable.
a swarm of bees.
Yeah,
Right?
and you don't expect it because the whole time she's the one that's allergic, and you think she might be in danger, and you do not see Macaulay Culkin coming. And then she breaks down at his, I think this is how I remember. I'm getting chills just thinking about it, but I'm pretty sure she breaks down at his funeral, and that was just it for me. I have no idea what else happened, but I tell you what, they could have piled a whole bunch of puppies in at the end, and it would not make me feel better. Here's the thing about the vet. She's
Please.
great.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's
She-
fantastic.
And I almost wonder if they were like, let's write her as if she was a man, because she
Yeah.
has agency both in her career, well, in everything, in her career, in her wants for family. She's
Her sexual
unapologetically
charisma.
like, I want 5 kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's
Yeah.
super clear. And yeah, she's like, says what she wants.
She is
yeah.
forward.
She is down to flock.
Yeah.
Hard.
But in like a really, I would say,
Playful and
playful
like,
and cool way.
Yeah,
Like, you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
just like, I feel like I want to make this point because I feel like she has a lot more nuance than most characters, which are either down to flock
yes.
and a total hussy
Agreed.
or they're prim and proper. Like there was just
Totally,
no
totally, yeah.
like middle ground, but I really bought her as a full person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
the progress of their relationship felt very genuine
Yeah.
for the most part. I mean, Tom Hanks is kind of a little bit of a cartoon of a man, but like
Yeah.
even he acknowledges that at one point, right? Because he even says like, "Oh, if I stick around longer, I'm going to like you and me more, and then eventually we'll love each other, and then you'll get sick of me because
that's the most rom-com moment of him like giving a joke monologue about how he actually cares.
But also he's like self-aware enough to realize he probably is annoying as shit.
Yeah. But he chillaxes so much.
He
thanks
Big
to
R relaxes as his partner, or his not his
that
partner,
was
his trainee.
gross.
I did not follow that at all.
I feel like
I don't
in
know
the
why
writer's
he
room,
figured that out.
or some director was like, we gotta know. Okay, so it's like pretty ephemeral. Like he just needs to relax, right? We gotta have like a objective or some way the audience can follow along and understand that he's reached his goal. And like, oh well, he'll have sex. I'm telling you, that's why that line was in there. I believe it was.
Oh, where he's like, you gotta, and he's like, oh, you just want me to get
with a
laid.
capital R. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why capital R?
Big R relax. And why? And then it's like on top of Mount Smoky.
Yeah.
Right? Which I
Yes.
was like, okay, so he's saying we should smoke weed as cops?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought he was saying. But no, apparently Mount Smoky is just banging.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then there's a whole part where Tom Hanks just screams out 1,000 different names for a gun.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, is this like...
My rod.
Lead thrower.
My lead thrower.
Yeah.
Leader.
Yeah.
When he's
'Cause he's
threatening to
gonna
kill
shoot.
the dog.
Yeah, that's foreshadowing.
But in a, oh,
It's
no.
also kind of like a be careful what you wish for situation because he does say many times he's going to shoot the dog.
He's like, because that was his whole thing is like he's taking care of it so that he doesn't get shot by the animal control, and then everyone's just like, now I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah, we get full exasperated Hanks in this movie.
It's great.
so good.
He's so good
So
at
good at
being
this.
exasperated.
Yeah. Just screaming.
Oh, the one of the best lines in the whole movie, sorry to ruin it for you, fast forward 30 seconds if you haven't seen the movie yet, is when...
We've already, we literally opened this part of the podcast with the dog dies.
No, this is the best line in the movie. It's when Hooch is causing all kinds of problems.
That's every scene that Hooch is in.
And
Wow.
Scott Turner
God.
is
Put down
yelling
the
at the
Kool-Aid.
dog, and his neighbor yells,
Yes.
"Get that dog some Valium and get one for
That
yourself
was
too."
so good.
Yep.
It's great
And
advice.
you never see this person.
No.
Like there's never another scene where he's like talking to his neighbor or anything. That's it. Just a voice from outside of the frame. Like, give him a Valium, Turner.
Yeah. That's when he's at his most yelly is
Yes.
that scene.
Which honestly, like I said this a few times in the movie, like many of his foibles with Hooch were extremely relatable. The only difference is Hooch is a hulking beast of a dog.
With so much drool.
Yes.
The drool really grossed me out. That was the
Yeah.
hardest part of this movie.
And
the dog dies. As we've said many times.
So the drool was a harder part for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
It was
Yeah, it's so
grosser.
gross.
It
Yeah.
is gross. I thought it was charming because dogs are gross.
They are gross. And you know, I have a friend who had a Mastiff, and they just had like a towel
Yes.
available in almost every room.
Yes, my friends who had one had that too.
Yeah, and they would just occasionally just swipe, like when drool started.
Yep.
It doesn't pile up as frequently as you would imagine,
Right.
based on the movie.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it didn't help that like, yeah. I mean, you almost expected the vet to be like, I think he has a glandular problem.
Are you feeding this dog Alka-Seltzer?
Yeah.
Like, what is
I
happening?
mean, he was, to be fair, we did learn his original diet was chocolate chip cookies, beer.
I mean, that explains
Who
the
knows what
farts.
else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he did have a problem.
It's the viscosity for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's thick.
Oh.
Yeah, it's mucusy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, and then there's where it's most thick and most mucusy is during a stakeout scene.
I love that scene.
And may I read from
Please.
my favorite source?
They're
just
such
really
good
quickly?
friends at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
love the
so
stakeout.
Sweet, and I think part of the reason we love the stakeout
Uh-huh.
is because I don't know, not necessarily improvised, but so Tom Hanks on some 2001 show, Larry King, I don't know. Anyway,
You just
like-
guessed? You're just throwing a
I
guess
don't
out?
remember, and I
I thought
can't
you
go
were like,
back.
never heard of it.
Larry King? I don't know. Some regional news show, I guess. Yeah.
So for that stakeout, he said they did that scene for 16 hours with 3 different cameras. They were always rotating. We had a car on the set that was surrounded by bungee cams, literally cameras that were hanging from bungee cords. And the whole thing was about whatever this dog does, I react to. We will not ask the dog to do anything specific.
Nice.
Specifically, this dog will just do things.
And it worked.
16 hours?
Yeah. And they had to get that one montage. Okay, I've only got one other piece of
There's
hot
a lot of
goss.
tape of Tom Hanks just talking
Just
to a
hanging
dog.
out with a dog.
I would watch that movie.
I would 24 hours.
Honestly,
yes.
like that. You got. I imagine.
mean, yes.
That's pretty good. Also, like you got to imagine though, like as long as that, like as many hours as that was, that had to have been one of Tom Hanks's first moments in his career being like, this rules. Like this is my job. I'm just sitting here with this fun dog.
Well, so the hot goss from this movie that
Oh, no,
apparently
is the
got
dog not
confirmed.
fun?
No, the dog
Oh,
was great.
no.
Okay.
Everybody loved the dog,
Okay.
including the original director. You'll never guess, Henry Winkler.
Really?
Oh.
Yes. According to Winkler, he was fired 13 days into the production by studio executive Jeffrey Katzenberg. Winkler said of his firing, "Let's just say I got along better with Hooch than I did with Turner."
Oh.
So they had a falling out.
Gosh.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine? Because I feel like Harry Winkler, they're both seem like very nice,
Sure.
very talented people, but maybe they were hotheads.
Creative differences, different approaches.
Maybe Henry Winkler was like, this needs to be grittier.
Maybe.
Maybe he didn't want the dog to die.
Oh,
Hanks
And
was like,
Hanks
I
was like,
need
this
this
is my
monologue.
scene.
Yeah.
we're shooting it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
Wow.
I mean,
So-
they were young or
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah.
That surprises me, actually.
Winkler was, probably just like,
Hey.
yeah, exactly.
Fawns and all
Just
over the
still
place.
Just
couldn't
coming
shed
in,
the fawns off.
Like instead of hitting the
Jukebox.
jukebox, was just like hitting the C-stands for the
Yeah.
lights and the
Totally.
cameras. Hey.
Well,
Action. I'm sure he wasn't. I know he is a real person.
We don't know. We don't know.
yeah,
That.
we don't know.
That's true.
Never met him.
He was very good in Barry.
He was.
Do you think they banged in this movie?
Henry Winkler and Tom Hanks?
No.
Oh.
Tom.
Yep.
Hey, when you
Oh, no, our Did They Bang song. Oh, God, we'll have to re-record it.
Real bro.
Oh, now it won't have that warm sound of the magnetic tape.
Shoot.
That sucks. Well,
Okay.
patreon.com/Totes.
Yeah, they go on a romantic walk on the beach.
This is where you first learn that Dr. Emily, right,
yeah.
is like, yeah, she tells it like it is.
Yeah.
Because she's basically just like, I don't know. I don't even know how she started the conversation.
Well, he's talking
I
about how he
do.
can't crack the case. And
Right.
she's like, you got to just think about something else and then it'll pop in your head.
I see.
And then he's like, I can't think of anything else. And she's like, really? Because I can. And he's like, oh, and he catches on because he's an actor.
And an investigator. Thank you.
Investigator. But also, I have to say, I feel like a lot of times there were times the actor just didn't say the lines and just conveyed them. Like, you really got that
They were
sense.
very good together.
Yeah, they were, fantastic. Everybody had chemistry in this movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even Craig
T. Nelson.
T. Nelson.
Chief Coach.
Was good. Anyway, the point is, she's all, I've pictured, and he's like, I've maybe pictured as far as like maybe your top button on your
Yeah.
blouse. That's as much as he's permitted himself. And
Yes.
she's like, oh, I've got a lot further than that.
Yeah.
Then
And then we cut to him shirtless drinking orange juice straight out of the carton.
handing the carton of orange juice to her.
Yeah.
It is a scene that you believe. It's great.
What we're learning as we continue to do
And
this
then they
podcast.
hornily make an omelet.
Yeah.
Well, but
He
the
smooches her butt.
I mean, I think she was genuinely surprised.
I do too.
was shocked by that scene.
Yeah.
Yes, you
This
were.
movie was rated
You were
PG.
Beth was scandalized.
I was. I didn't expect
It was
I thought
89.
this was a kid's
It was
movie.
89,
it's not
baby.
a
We're
kid.
killing dogs. Tom Hanks has fingernail scratches on his back.
That's what I was
Yes.
going to get to.
Grow, grow, grow.
Yeah.
That is a detail that they like had to think of.
Yes.
Right?
And
Yeah.
it's the very last thing you see as he walks out of the room because he's had an epiphany.
Yeah.
So she's right on many levels.
He's also talked about how she just destroyed him.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
too worn out to make an omelet.
Yeah. And his back is.
But then he grips that whisk.
Oh, it's
Yeah, he does.
it is like
It's horny.
I mean, I guess this is just a time when you had to make a single movie that would appeal to everyone
Yeah.
and just hope that all that other stuff sailed over the heads of the little
All right.
kids.
Kids love dogs. Dads love horny.
We don't care what women want. They'll just get dragged along.
Put him in briefs. The chicks will dig it. Look at him. He's in great shape.
Yeah, he'll wrestle a dog and we'll see everything from behind.
They'll both get sopping wet in the backyard.
I have never seen so much of Tom Hanks. I mean, it's more than you see in Castaway. And he's half naked most of that movie.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm just saying, got all this out.
Just in case it wasn't at this point totally clear what has happened between Dr. Emily and Scott Turner, is when he finally meets back up with Dave, his trainee, the person he's training to replace him, who's played by the beloved Reginald Vell Johnson, who apparently plays only affable cops, I guess.
So,
because he's the same guy who's the cop in Die Hard.
Love.
He was a cop in Family Matters, right?
Yes, he was.
Although he's the principal, it doesn't matter.
the top of the school.
Former cop.
Yes. Okay. So he always plays cops or former cops. That's what we've decided.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're just chatting. They're discussing their plans to investigate the seafood scammers.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, I see what's going on. You got that look in your eye. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he goes, you humped the vet. Yeah.
Disrespectful.
It is.
That's just locker room talk.
I mean, you got to admit that it is like, in a way, in like a dirty dude talk way, it is clever that he chose to use the word hump for a vet.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, in the original draft, they had hump every third page, and they were like, dude, you got to cut back.
Tone this down.
I was expecting them to cut to Hooch and the collie, who doesn't
Camille.
have a name, Camille,
Yeah.
humping at one point to like
too.
imply that the
Everybody's
humans were
getting
also
down.
They
humping.
probably had to cut that out.
Probably.
But we do know those dogs banged as well
Yes.
from the puppies at the end.
Yes.
But also, you could just tell.
Oh,
when
they
did-
were.
So
Slamming orange juice. Like,
He had dog scratches all up his back.
yeah. So when did
Way
that
the
happen
dog
in the
held that
timeline,
whisk.
right? Because that happened within the span of the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When they were banging at the same time. Because when he's like, when he figures out.
The
when he
dogs banged first
When did the dogs bang?
because the dog brought his lady home.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, so you
It
think they,
doesn't
like,
mean
did
that
it out
you
in the
get
street?
pregnant immediately when you bang, even if you're a household
Teens,
pet.
it does. One
Okay.
time,
Yeah, hey,
and you're
teens?
pregnant
Yeah.
and riddled with disease.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, if you smoke one cigarette, you're addicted for life.
Yeah. You're a junkie.
practically dead.
Pot is a gateway drug,
That's right.
and so are shrooms. Is that what they're still calling?
I don't know.
Everything's a gateway drug.
But
Listen,
also,
to hell.
chill out.
We are still available. It is wild to me that we have not yet
I
been
know.
booked.
Yeah.
We went ahead and bought a
A Casio keyboard.
Casio
Right.
Well,
keyboard.
4 matching Casio keyboards of different solid colors.
And we
sweet.
bought matching T-shirts and baseball caps to wear backwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should be clear. These are not new Casio keyboards. These were manufactured in 1994.
Yeah.
It's very authentic.
Yeah.
We made that investment expecting that you, our listeners, would immediately want to book us for a Cool It Teens.
Beth literally, the first time we came up with this
Yeah.
service, Beth literally called up a local music instrument store and said,
Yep.
give me your cheapest keyboard that still has orchestra hits on it.
Yes, I did.
So, I mean, I don't want to say we're disappointed in you listeners, but I just feel like you could step it up with your referrals.
Talk to your school board.
Talk to your teens.
Yeah.
Tell them to cool it.
And then tell them to tell their principal that they need someone to come help them cool it
Yeah.
with
And that's us.
perhaps some song and
Song and
cool
skits.
Oh, yeah.
And I think at some point we were going to bring like 18 dogs with us or something like that.
All right.
And none of them will die.
That's right. That is our
Totes Recall
guarantee.
The show is called Casio and Hooch Does Not Die.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a question. I have a question
I
about
don't know what we were
Cypress
talking
Cypress Beach.
Cypress Hill.
Yeah. So we talk. The whole thing is like, oh, it's a small town. Nothing ever happens because like
It's not Cypress Hill, though. That's a band. It's Cypress.
I said the Cypress Beach, which is the actual town. Dan keeps saying Cypress Hill.
I must have a hole in my
We're not
head.
the same person. Oh my god. Get out of here.
Cool it, Dan.
Do you feel like you could just kill a man?
Yeah, I need a tequila sunrise to level off. Another reference. Anyway, when he's first flirt painting her room,
Yeah.
they're talking about, I don't know, they're just talking about like the small town, just life in a small town. And he's talking about like the single scene in Cypress Beach. And he says like, there's the whatever club, there's the Dairy Queen. And then he throws this line out, which made me confused and concerned. He's like, although usually I'm arresting guys my age who are hanging out at the Dairy Queen, is he implying that Cypress Beach is full of pedophiles?
Yes.
Yeah, he probably
Oh, I didn't think of that.
So they've never had a murder, but they are like crawling with pedophiles. That's what the police force has to deal with there.
I want to see the movie that's just set at that Dairy Queen.
Oof.
is. Oh, not me.
Not because of. Okay, never mind.
No, dogs probably all live in that movie.
Absolutely. Nobody's paying attention to the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I
it
just
was
want to
it was
be
a
really.
weird throwaway line. I was just like, huh. That implies an interesting dynamic for this town.
Yeah.
How old do you suppose he is?
Scott Turner,
Yeah,
He was 33 in 89.
Tom Hanks.
I looked
As a
it up.
human?
I was
Okay.
curious.
As a human.
As a human.
As a dog, though, that means he was what? 1,025 or
that's
something?
his character. Like,
He-
is he 30s?
I would think
guess
so,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
early 30s.
Because she had to get through vet school,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
They can't be.
Yeah, and they're age appropriate.
Yes.
She's at least 18.
She's 8.
She's well over 18.
He's been. I saw him do a few interviews where he has said that 35 is the worst age, and I was like, is he 35 in this movie? That's probably why, because he watched a dog die.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. And he got in a fight with the Fonz, apparently.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. What a rough year.
Yeah. He said it's the toughest because that's when you start to feel the most, like all your aches and creaks and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
41 for me.
That's when you first started to feel everything?
That's what I got old.
I would know. I haven't felt any of that.
Good for you.
No, brag.
Yeah, I don't know yet because I'm 35 years
Oh,
old.
no. Creak.
Slam.
Yeah, that was your shoulder just now.
Which has a ghost in it.
Yeah, that's what I was. When you turn 35, your body parts start to get haunted.
That's right.
That's all it is. Like, your body's still fine. You just get filled with ghosts.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It sucks.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
having sex one time.
That's right.
That's how the ghosts get in.
That's right. It opens the door to ghosts are just STIs. Oh wait, should we make that movie?
I think that's kind of it follows.
I guess it is. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Which is a great
Great.
movie if you want to be freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Well, don't watch it.
Haunt.
Well,
Did we cover all our bets? I feel like we got 100% on everything.
Horny Man Dog, we covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drugs. No, it
No.
wasn't drugs.
I mean, it was
Cash.
drug money.
Yeah, probably drugs.
They were cagey about it.
Protect Dog. Yeah.
Definitely no
Dog
cocaine.
witness.
Dog through crime scene. Yeah.
Well, I was picturing like literally a dog, like paw print in the blood. and that's not
Oh, where
what
they're like
happened.
trying to stop the dog.
Yeah, so that's something.
A dog homeless. No.
No.
Threatened to be homeless.
Food garbage can.
What?
No. I think Molly or Beth was saying a food.
Yeah, I
the
bet that
dog's
it would be
gonna go-
eating.
Oh, no.
But it was being fed garbage,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
totally
I
different.
mean, do you
That's true.
count like every inanimate object in his home as garbage?
Yeah.
It
No, I
was
thought,
when he
I
got
thought
done.
he was going to be wandering the streets.
Sure.
And then it'd be like,
Yep.
Yep.
Shoe chew. Yep.
yep.
Drool,
Ugh.
shoe drool.
Love. One of them chews the shoe at the end.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Love interest, waitress. We don't know
Oh.
if she wasn't a waitress
Beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Which
probably
is
did that when she was
working
a
her way through
teenager.
veterinary
Yeah.
school. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
100.
One-
Thank you.
Wow.
100%.
Well,
Yes, Dan?
before we get to our final reviews of the movie we just watched, Turner and Hooch, we like to turn to Discord, our text-based chat platform, and respond to questions and comments from our patrons.
Is this fan engagement?
This is fan engagement.
Wow.
Incredible.
We've got a couple.
Okay.
Fra asks, I don't know if Molly is the brave one here. Who will cry more, Molly or Dan?
Great question.
Molly did scream like a hurricane tornado alarm going off when Hooch got
Shot.
shot.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I will say though, like I feel like once Hooch had been dragged to the vet, like we were all kind of just like sort of like shrinking into ourselves.
Yeah.
The Tom Hanks monologue got me because as Molly said earlier, I've given mostly that speech to dying pets before.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Awful.
It was very authentic.
Yeah.
It really
oh
was.
my God, I hate it.
Yeah.
I got to admit something.
What's that?
When we were in the middle of the movie, I looked up to see whether or not he would be
Bad.
Whether or
because
not what?
whether or not he would be killed at
Did you
the
go to
end.
didthedogdie.com or whatever?
I just Googled it and it popped up with that.
That's
he
why you were
dies
so
in
mad at the movie, because
I
you
was mad
already
the
knew it
whole
was
time.
coming.
Yes. So I hardened myself throughout the film.
I see.
Sure.
Yeah.
You went into hooch mode
I did
and
go
became
into Hooch mode.
indestructible.
I really did.
I just went in just a puddle of
It was
just
rough.
goo. It was so. It was.
He kept saying like, "Oh, we just got to get you home.
Just gotta get you
Rest
home,
up.
get some
No,
rest.
don't start it again. It's bad.
Yeah.
That scene sucks.
I think the answer is we're all brave.
We're all brave.
We're all brave.
Yeah.
We're all good boys or girls.
Yeah.
People.
What?
Good people. I don't know. You said good boy to a dog,
Sure.
but then it felt weird to call Molly and Beth good girls.
Ew. I didn't even realize that was what was happening.
I was halfway through it. I was like, this sucks.
You know,
My boys.
You winklered it.
I'm a sad dog in a hole.
don't dox me, but I have a kid who's very into Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
And they must say at least 3 times every episode, they're all good pups.
Who
Yeah.
says that?
The show.
Like the pups don't declare themselves as good pups?
No,
Like
the writer.
Yeah.
They're like paramilitary, like
what?
runner of the town. Listen, we're gonna get into Paw
Wait,
Patrol.
they have
someday.
like a handler?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
It's like
little
Charlie's
boy.
Angels?
He's like a black ops child.
And also like the entire utility.
Okay,
And like the recycling for the like there are no public
New
services in
Patreon
Adventure
bonus
Bay.
content proposal.
Okay.
You two explain Paw Patrol to me.
Okay,
It's
great.
been a while since I've watched it, but
At any rate,
yes, ma'am.
in the opening song, they're all good pups.
Okay.
And then at some point, Ryder, the Black Ops operator, will say, "You're all good pups."
I see.
And so the running
He's
joke,
brainwashing them.
because we're like losing our minds.
And whitewashing them, right? Because they're
Yeah, my husband, no big deal, will periodically say, "Now wait, how many? How many are good pups though?"
Sure.
And our kid is like, "All of them." Like, yeah, but they can't all be good pups. All of them.
even the cop?
I'm telling you,
He
we have
gets
a
the
lot
most
to talk
creative.
about.
Chase?
Oh, poor Chase. You just feel for him because he's like the Ross, like the David Schwimmer
Yeah.
of the situation. He was meant to be the star. They were like, how can we go wrong in 2000 whatever it was when the show first came out
Yeah.
with an adorable dog.
Yeah.
Every kid wants to be a police officer.
Sure.
We'll make the
It's got
dog
a
the
cute
police.
little
And of
cap.
course, because it's like a police dog, it'll be a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Like the fire dog's going to be a Dalmatian.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all adding up. But then it just gets real weird because what does a cop dog do
Right.
that's not horrific for preschoolers?
Right.
And so mostly he goes rough and like uses like cool tools. So then he's become this weird like Batman character.
Sure.
And now there's like Super Spy Chase who has like night vision goggles.
I see.
But it all comes across as like a adorable German Shepherd puppy who could murder you.
Right.
Yeah. The over militarization of
Yeah.
Adventure Bay.
Yeah.
It really is
Nice.
though.
Nice.
It is. You would not believe the equipment they have.
But then
And
and he gets the main storylines. They got all these pups. That was my problem with
Yeah.
it. They got like 8 pups or whatever. Now it's probably like 45.
Yeah.
But it's still always the cop dog, the construction dog.
And the fire dog.
And the fire dog.
Sometimes Sky, the helicopter dog, gets some play.
But
She's
that just
great.
feels like, hey, look, a girl dog.
I know. And they're like, oh, here's another
She's
girl
flying
dog.
in. Oh, bye.
Everest. They'll never speak to each other.
Yeah.
It's very challenging. We will explain Paw Patrol to you
just
someday. No. Oh, no. We have not even scratched the
Okay.
surface. That's like saying Murder, She Wrote is about a tiny little cove where a lady solves murders.
Where a serial killer lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, but it is not the whole story.
I see.
That's not what kept people viewing for years and years. They're all good pups.
They're red pups.
Okay, if you say so.
My last name's Paltrow. Asks, is Hooch a great dog name or the greatest dog name?
Ooh,
It's a pretty great dog name.
I don't know.
Hooch the pooch.
Hooch the
Hooch
Pooch.
the Pooch.
Here's the
Isn't
thing.
hooch like slang for a whiskey, like homemade
Maybe.
whiskey?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that was alcohol generally. There's also like a orange fizzy alcohol thing called Hooch.
Is
And
that
there's
true?
also also what people call the Chattahoochee River for short.
There you go. Maybe that's where Amos found him, in the Hooch River.
Yeah, and then took him out to Kelly.
Yeah,
That works.
Because he was like walking around finding boat junk in the with his metal detector.
It's a great dog name because you can yell it.
Yes. Hooch. It's a good, and it became a great dog name as we watched the movie because anytime Hooch like smashed his giant body thing, I couldn't help but scream, Hooch mode.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're saying Hooch let the dogs out.
I mean, that was very good too.
Hooch.
Someone said something else before that though. What was the first one? Weren't there two? I thought we had two good ones. There was Hooch let the dogs out and then something else.
Hooch the boss? No.
Maybe. That one's also good. These are all great.
Wow.
Yeah.
So greatest dog name, I guess.
Hooch you gonna call? Oh, Hoochin makes you feel good? No.
Boston makes me feel good. No, that's from our rating scale.
Oh, sorry.
That's from our Russian spin-off sequel, whatever. Great dog name.
Great dog
great.
name. I like old people names
Yeah,
and
definitely.
food for dogs.
Great. I agree. Those are solid choices.
Yeah.
How do you feel about cat names, though? Are there specific categories?
Similar.
That was not intentional. I hate myself.
You hate meows.
God damn it.
Who's making puns? Meow.
I'm quitting the podcast. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. This was a mistake. Watching this movie was a mistake on so many levels.
Feline something.
It sounds like you don't have strong opinions about cat names.
I'm similar. I feel less strongly about food for cat names. Still like old people names for cats. I'm trying to think if I would like a cat named Meatball or something.
I'd like a cat named Meatball.
Doesn't work as well as a dog.
Depends on the
Meatball.
cat, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like a
big
certain
cat named Meatball.
certain cat,
great cat
yeah,
name.
certain cat named Meatball, you'd be like, hell yeah, that's a great name for a great cat.
All right. Our rating scales we all know and remember is Cool Card Turner and Buster Hooch,
Of course.
which is a knockoff sequel straight to VHS of Turner and Hooch made by the oligarchs. Molly obviously had a hand in this.
Absolutely. She captured the IP in a briefcase and brought it back to the Soviet Union right before it fell.
Smuggled it out.
Yeah.
And then so the cop turns into a car
Yes.
and his dog now drives the car.
Yes.
Yep.
And they bust crimers.
Yeah,
Which is why his name Buster Hooch, right?
Yeah.
because Bustin makes
So
him
it's a
feel
crime
good.
bus.
And he
Busting
shouts,
dog.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Yes,
I feel like there was more details, but I don't remember.
that's good enough.
Dan, you gave it 3. You love a young Hanks and a dog.
Yep.
But somehow it could be bad.
It could be bad. I don't think it was bad. I think it was a very fun young Hanks hijinks movie. I feel like Tom Hanks brought his 80s Tom Hanks energy. The dog who played Hooch was so cute, and he was very funny whenever he did big oafy dog things.
Yeah.
And I was delighted how relatable many of his issues with Hooch were if you took those issues and shrank them down to like a 30-pound dog instead of, I assume, like a 350-pound dog. That's definitely accurate. Don't at me and wherever you at people now. Yeah, I thought it was a fun time. The dog does die though. But you know what? Art makes you feel things.
That's right.
For I can do this. For Cool Card Turner and Buster Hooches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Parts 1 through 4.
Wow. Yeah. Quadrology.
That's right.
Beth, you gave it 3.5. You figured if there's a show, it must have staying power.
Yeah. I actually think that it was a really fun movie. Like I thought Tom Hanks was incredibly charming. I liked the relationship that he had. I thought Hooch was very fun. And then they kill him at the end. And I don't know how to rate it because of that. Because I feel like I'm going to give it a 4. That's what I'm going to give it. But like, honestly, I can't recommend watching it because like you fall in love with this dog and it's so fun and then it's dead.
So it's like a 4 with an asterisk on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I'm mad at those writers. I'm so mad.
Can I ask a favor of you, Beth, the producer? When you put the ratings for this episode on the website, can you put for you 4 and then parentheses, do not watch?
I think I can do that.
That's like every Fringe review. 4, I hated it.
Yeah.
And then that's how I felt. 4, I hated it.
Great. I gave it a 4, and I was also worried it could be bad.
Because you copied me.
Yeah. Cop. Eid.
Ugh.
Do you want a high five? Is that what that was?
You looked to Molly to see how she was reacting.
My hands were at my side.
Oh, now they're up.
No.
Stolen valor.
I liked Hanks. I liked Hooch. I liked the love interest, but something else about the movie felt a little empty.
Okay.
Maybe it was the light in Hooch's eyes.
Oh, no.
No, it just felt like, I don't know, something didn't hang together. Maybe it is the tonal shift at the end, or it's
Something was hanging together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
fully intact. So I'm actually going to drop it to 3.5.
Wow.
I kind of thought it would be more fun when it was fun, and it was just like Hanks is doing it, but something about it, it feels like he's working really hard with maybe a mediocre script.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was less than the sum of its parts somehow.
Maybe Winkler took the best scenes with him.
Maybe he did. Packed him up.
Stuffed him into the lining of his leather jacket.
Hey.
Molly, you give it 3.5. You can picture the poster.
Yeah, it
Which you
could
were
not.
wrong about.
Turned out not at all.
Wait, there never were sunglasses.
No sunglasses.
No
Where is that?
sunglasses.
Okay.
No car.
What movie are we thinking of?
Yeah, there is a poster. Okay, the poster that I was envisioning is a guy
Yeah.
and a dog
Yes.
in a red convertible
Yes.
with sunglasses on.
Both of them.
Right.
Me too.
Yeah.
What are we
but
thinking
when we
of?
pulled up the poster, that's not what it looks like at all.
No.
So if you know what it is, please tell us.
Please.
Because we don't know.
612 something 89.
Hey.
Very helpful.
Put it do.
089. Put it do. Last four matters.
Wait, I'm sorry. We lost the tape.
Totesregal.com. Scroll down.
Oh, that's true. That tape also got destroyed.
Yeah.
All of our songs were on this one tape. We should have had a backup.
The number is in the description of this episode
Thank you.
and also on the website.
Yes.
So if you want to give us a call and let us know
Please.
what poster that's from,
Yes.
we would love to know.
Molly, what do you?
We gotta wrap
Get
this
us out
up.
of
We haven't even gotten to a rating yet?
No.
Oh my
Pull
God.
up.
We are terrible. We're terrible at this.
You thought it'd be fine.
Yeah, and I did not picture the poster at all. I pictured something totally different. I did not know what this dog looked like, and I have not seen but a couple of images. There were a couple of scenes I was like, oh yeah, that was in the preview. I'm sure of it.
Sure.
Because I was probably in ninth grade when this came out. So,
Nice.
but we did not see it.
Probably for the best, right?
Probably. I mean, honestly, yeah. Maybe I did see it and I blocked it all out because it's so scarring. Here's the thing, y'all. The cast is great. Tom Hanks is incredible with that script, and it's a tight script,
Yeah.
but it's not amazing.
Not
I mean, it's
Cracker
good.
Jack.
It's
No,
good.
it's no
good.
Cracker Jack.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's no
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
yeah, exactly. So, so I have to give big credit for that. I feel just like Beth does though. I want to like the movie. It was so fun. I even enjoyed that weird jazz soundtrack.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I love the Scooby-Doo nature of the crime, except that there was also death. But I just really did not care for them killing the dog at the end.
It's rough.
That is
stuff.
fair.
So if I block out that scene,
Okay.
it's nearly a 5.
Nice.
Wow.
If I put that scene in, it's a -5.
Wow.
But I think because I don't want to
I
confuse
guess it's 0, yeah.
future listeners, I'll give it a 4 with an asterisk. I hated it.
Okay, so for the record, on the website for this episode, we should
Yes.
put 4, do not watch, and then for Molly, 4, I hated it.
Okay.
I hated it. Yeah.
I will try to do that.
Or you can just not do it because you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
I think I can do that.
Sure.
We'll see.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
You think it would be mad because it's not an integer or something?
Well, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's
it's on a
wild.
graph.
But
But we'll find out.
wow, we're gonna break the graph.
Yeah.
the graph.
Break the graph.
Hooch mode.
That's right. Just busting through a window in
Hell
slow mo.
Dude, he smashed through so many windows and doors in this movie.
My neighbor's dog did that from a second-story window. Was so agitated to see us. We were looking at the house next door before I got the house. Don't dox me. And
Oh, this is this
German
house.
Shepherd. No, a different house. This German Shepherd like was so into it that he
Yeah.
busted out the glass.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
It was mostly scary that he was hurt.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
fine. He fortunately went back in the house and did not jump out of a 2-story
Yeah.
building.
One
But
of my brother's dogs got so jacked up about the mail carrier at one point in the last year or two that he just like, I think he ended up like smashing through one of the porch windows. Not like jumped out, but just like didn't dogs are dumb and don't realize like how big they are compared to
Yeah.
the rest of the world. So he just like jumped up on his hind legs and just like smashed his front paws into the window and apparently just like crashed through it, which I'm sure was a great day for that mail creature. Just like, oh shit, and probably just like ran because good
do
Lord.
other people make a Christmas card for your postal carrier that has your dog's picture and in it you write,
Sorry.
"Happy holidays. I'm so sorry my dog barks at you"?
I mean, I haven't before, but now
I've
should
done
I?
that every year I've had a dog.
Oh, that's nice.
Fun
Maybe.
idea.
Is there money in the card?
No.
you should put
No,
money
I
in it.
do. I do. No, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
do. I used to do 20 and now I do 40.
Nice.
Because I
Wow,
read
Brady.
that I read that 20 was supposed to be the max, but that's before inflation
Yeah,
was
man.
wild, man. You
For
can't
sure.
get anything for $20. And for a whole year of
Yeah.
delivering your mail?
Oh yeah. To tie it back to this movie, as this whole podcast is going out.
Yep.
Turner buys a huge shopping cart full of dog stuff
right.
at
Oh,
the
my
grocery
God.
store, and it's
Sticker shock he
$97.51.
has.
and
I wrote
his
it down,
mind is
too.
Blown. And we were like, that sounds like a great price.
Great
Wow.
deal for that much.
Full cart.
Cart.
Inflation's nuts.
I thought
multiple-
at least like when they were scanning, like when they were putting in like 200, 300, I was like, oh,
Oh,
that
it's like
seems
$900
right.
or something. Yeah. They were like multiple, like 25-pound bags of food in his
Yeah.
cart.
I know.
And
Listen,
other things.
Maybe at Aldi I could come close to filling a cart for $97.
Good Lord. I
but
mean,
that's
especially
like,
of just dog shit.
I mean, half of the
Not literal shit, like stuff for your dog.
half of the cart would have to be popcorn.
Yeah.
Like it just you can't.
I spend, you guys. One of my dogs has a very sensitive tummy.
Oh,
And so I get prescription dog food for her.
yeah,
And
totally.
it's so like just one of those bags of dog food for her, which maybe feeds her for like at best 2 months, is like we're already like about 2/3 of the way to where Hanks is at with getting an entire cart full of shit.
Wow.
Wow.
So suck it up, 1989 Scott Turner.
Yeah.
You're living the good life.
Here's the thing though.
Okay.
I don't like talking about inflation, not because it stresses me out, but because it makes me feel old.
It's also very boring.
Yeah.
It is, and I feel like my granddad was always like, "Oh, Coke used to be 5 cents."
Oh yeah, that's
But then
old people.
I
vibes.
recently was like, a candy bar is more than $1,
Right.
and then I
And
had
it's
to.
smaller.
yeah.
You shitty people.
Yeah, my dad used to get haircuts for a quarter.
Nice.
Also, Girl Scout cookies aren't as good as they used to be. What's up with that?
I can't get over the pants are more than $40. That seems like the price that pants should be.
Why are there children on my lawn?
I love that your brain is like $40 is a reasonable ceiling for pants.
Yeah.
Once you get past $40, why are pants costing this much?
Yeah.
I just love that you have a specific number in your head. It's not even like, wow, pants are expensive. It's like, no,
$40 for
Okay.
a pair of Levi's. That's what it should be.
that's
Oh
amazing.
my God! In
It's not.
1962.
Yeah, Doug.
Dog.
God, I hate myself. I hate this podcast.
Rough. Wee wee.
Oh, it is I, Hooch.
Oh,
Doge de Bordeaux.
Bonjour, it is me, Rocket the dog.
You already have a dog.
I'm doing Rocket Dog.
I know.
Or Jetpack Dog.
Rocket-
No, but you're doing
the
Rocket Dog.
You're Rocket
You're
Dog?
Rocket Dog now, which is French Rocket Dog. I'm just complaining because you already had a dog character. But go ahead.
Oh,
Do you
did I
need a dog
abandon-
character?
I mean, I do, but now I want to hear about Rocket Dog.
Oui, oui.
Oh.
Hello, I am Chien de Rocket.
Wow. Hi.
I am from France.
Of course.
The moral of this story, this whole podcast is do not kill the dog.
I mean, of course you would say that.
Oui, oui, oui.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.